So what's up, you guys? So first of all, if you like how this video sounds, it's because your boy got a new mic and he's no longer using the iPhone mic, even though the iPhone mic is a W mic because it got me to where I'm at right now. So not janking on the iPhone mic, still works great, but this is a little bit better, especially because I sit a little bit further away from the camera. So, yeah. And today, this is another one of those like leaks and rumors kind of videos. And so, we're going to talk about the Apple Watch X, which is the 10th iteration of the Apple Watch. And so, a lot of us think that it's going to be called the X because of the iPhone X. And so, yeah, I guess let's get to it. So first of all, let's start off with the design. So according to some analyst reports from Mark Gurman and Ninja Cool, it seems like the Apple Watch X will feature a thin design. And why do we say this? Is because the Apple iPad Pro M4 had a thinner design than any product ever released by Apple before. And so why? Well, this thinner design could be Apple's new design style. It could be the design style of they wanted to go from the iPhone 6 Plus to the iPhone 12 having a rounded and squared off edge to the, say, iPhone 16 having a little bit of a thinner build than the current iPhone 15. And so that's exactly, and plus we also have like more technology for, say, thermal support and things like that. And so yeah, we're expecting a thinner design because that is featured from the iPad Pro M4. A lot of CAD models have also been showing we'll just say magnetic bands. And why would we have a magnetic band style? And that's just because, one, it'd be a little bit thinner, and so the grooves for the current Apple Watch bands probably won't fit for older Apple Watch bands unless Apple came out with an accessory, say, where we could put our older bands on the Series X. Now, what this also means is that what are the band connectors going to be like? And so some people say that it's going to be like a strong magnet, which Apple seems to be doing a lot of strong magnets lately. Like you have MagSafe, you have the Magic Keyboard that basically holds all the counterweight of the iPad Pro. And so Apple could technically design a strong magnet to go in between the band connector and on the band. So, that's pretty cool. I don't know how I'd feel about that. And definitely the reason why is just because it's not really, I don't find it as secure, especially if they wanted to do it to the Ultra. And so let's talk about let's talk about the display. And so a lot of analysts have been saying that the display size could jump up from, say, now we have 41 millimeters to 45. It could jump up to 45 millimeters as the base model and 49 millimeters as the plus model, I guess you could say. So 45 and 49 millimeters. And so what does this mean? So the current Apple Watch Ultra has a 1.93 inch display, and that is 49 millimeters. Well, some CAD models have actually been saying that the 49 millimeter version could have a full 2-inch display. And what would this improve? This would improve, obviously, visibility. It would also probably allow for a larger battery, because that's what the magnetic band connectors, they allow for a larger battery. it would also allow us to be able to, say, use a brighter flashlight because we would have a higher nit of brightness. So there you go. That's kind of like, I think my 45 millimeter Apple Watch is big enough already. So yeah, but some people, they like the bigger size for a cheaper price. And so, and Apple is also a little behind when it comes to battery technology on the Apple Watch because they've been advertising on their base models 18 hours for all of them across the board except for the Ultra. So somewhat cool, somewhat decent, right? It's aight, it's pretty cool. So now let's talk about like health features and things like that. So a lot of reports have, been iffy on this, and the reason why is just because Apple doesn't really have, we'll just say they don't have full support with Masimo because obviously they got sued for stealing someone's idea. And so, let's talk about it. So first of all, we don't really have blood oxygen anymore on the Apple Watch. They haven't really found a new way to scan for blood oxygen. So none of these features are really, I guess you could say, expected to come. Now, they are rumored and they are in the books of, say, Apple is working on it. So blood pressure monitoring. It would inform users if their blood pressure was, say, going higher or going lower. And so it wouldn't be able to give, say, systematic reports of this is what your blood pressure is actually doing, of like what the number is or what your count is. It wouldn't be able to do that. All it would be able to do is just tell you, hey, you need to go to the doctor. Hey, you need to do this better. Stuff like that. And so nothing like insanely like crazy. But so yeah, there you go. Blood pressure monitoring. Next, let's talk about the sleep apnea detection. Now, sleep apnea detection was kind of a big feature on the Apple Watch. By that, I mean your Apple Watch can track your sleep cycles already. It can track your REM, your deep, your core, and how long you're awake. So what does this mean? Well, so if sleep apnea is used for blood oxygen, and blood oxygen is how we get sleep apnea testing to the Apple Watch, Apple could come up with a new way to test out these features, but Apple right now is still in the middle of a lawsuit with Masimo because they took blood oxygen and they didn't trademark it correctly. And so now they're in a fighting phase. And so, it's kind of like, it could happen, but it probably won't happen. So there you go. So Masimo, Apple against each other. I think Masimo actually won, and so blood oxygen is no longer advertised on their website. So now, yeah, so, if we got sleep apnea detection, it would be a cool plus because it would obviously mean that we wouldn't have to say, go to the doctor. We could just say, hey, my watch is telling me this to the doctor, and they could prescribe us something or give us a CPAP machine. But currently, at the moment, it's not going to happen unless Apple figures out a way to do blood oxygen at their next event. And so now that leads me to the release. And so the Apple Watch, the first Apple Watch was released in September 14th. Not 14th. I think it actually was released 14th. Anyway, screw it. The first Apple Watch was released on September in 2014. It didn't actually go to the public until April 2015. So technically, Apple could announce this next Apple Watch in 2024 of September, and it could be released to the public in 2025 in April, but we don't actually really know for sure. I would think that where Apple is right now, and because it's not really all new technology, they could just release it in September of 2024. But say if they have new features such as sleep apnea or blood pressure monitoring, they might want to delay it a little bit, which, hey, that's fine. We don't want a product on the scale that's going to ruin the success of the Apple Watch, especially because Apple's a big company. And so they're a big corporation and a lot of people expect something from them. So there you go. Those are your release dates. And last question, should you upgrade? Well, I feel like you should only upgrade if you're coming from a Series 6 or lower. I think that if you're at a 7 and higher, I feel like you're fine. Now, say if you want, the brighter always on display or a more efficient, your battery is dying a little bit quicker, and so you want to get a newer battery, but you don't want to pay the $100 fee, you just want to buy a new watch, then sure. I feel like, Series 7 users, you could upgrade if it's, say, a large upgrade or you just want that new band design. But I don't see anyone upgrading from a Series 8 to a Series X. I definitely probably won't be the one upgrading because this is the 9 and I haven't had an issue with it. It's great for my everyday. I sleep with it on. It works for a full requested battery life of 18 hours. So it's perfect for me. But anyway, you guys know it. Also, let me know down below what you think of this new mic. I like it. It's pretty cool. I definitely don't like how visible this is, but it's fine. I'll work on it more in the future. But anyway, thanks a ton for watching, you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Also, subscribe. Okay.